The program you are about to see contains graphic depictions of violence against women and animals and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone and welcome to B-Film Invasion. I'm Kelton, your host, and in this episode we're going to watch one of the original So Bad It's Good movies, long before the term was ever applied to Sharknado or The Room or even Plan 9. It's Maniac, a grindhouse classic from 1934. It was produced and directed by Dwayne Esper, whom some consider to be the father of the modern exploitation film. It was written by Esper's wife Hildegard Stady, who loosely based it on The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe. There's a hint of H.P. Lovecraft in there too. And it stars, well, no one really. It does have an actress in it named Phyllis Diller, but it's not this Phyllis Diller. Maniac is about Maxwell, a disgraced vaudeville impersonator who's wanted by the authorities. For what exactly? We never find out, who finds refuge with a respected scientist named Dr. Meyerschultz. Unbeknownst to the rest of the world, the good doctor is secretly conducting weird experiments, injecting dead animals with a strange serum and trying to bring them back to life. Paging Dr. West, Dr. Herbert West, and Maxwell is his reluctant lab assistant, though he's just about fed up with the doctor's shenanigans. When Meyerschultz has a breakthrough after stealing a fresh cadaver from the morgue, he stupidly hands Maxwell a loaded gun and tells Maxwell to, so that he can prove his theory. Instead, Maxwell snaps, shoots the doctor, hides his body, and then decides to impersonate him in order to avoid the police. But impersonating the mad doctor leads Maxwell to slowly lose his mind, which leads to debauchery and absolute bedlam. Sounds fun, right? So sit back, grab your popcorn, turn down the lights, and enjoy Maniac.
Tonight, my dear Maxwell, I'm ready to try my experiment on a human.
Yes?
In the morgue, there is a lethal gassed suicide.
An ideal specimen. Have you made arrangements?
No. You know I do not work under prying eyes. You will find a way for me to work without detection. It is your chance to show me your gratitude for my generosity and protection.
I will never forget what you have done for me, and will do anything to help you. But the morgue, dead people. Suppose we should be caught?
How many times have you told me of your impersonations? That you never had a chance? Maybe your art will serve you after all. You have seen the coroner? Why not impersonate him?
No.
That's it!
No.
Impersonate him! The time has come when you can repay me for what I have done.
It's horrible, I tell you. Working on the dead. Trying to bring back life. It's not natural. You with your weird ideas. Haven't I stayed here and nursed dying dogs? Yeah. And even that miserable cat? And for what? For a measly roof and food. Because you took me in when I was down and out.
Once a ham, always a ham. You, an actor? But don't forget, my dear Maxwell, the police would be very glad to find you.
I didn't mean I wouldn't.
Of course not. In time, you may become a great man. This is the one. Here!
File number 26941. Maria Altura, 24, suicide. Carbon monoxide gas, not claimed.
Perfect. But we'll have to work fast. My gosh. Them stiffs is getting heavier and more of them every day.
Between the gangsters and the auto drivers, we don't need another war to carry off the population.
You didn't even mention suicides. They even got the coroner working overtime. Say, did you see the beaut that come in today?
Did I?
She's the one that has the coroner doing the night work.
What? Special autopsy?
Must be. I wonder who that old Santa Claus is. I must get her out of here. She must have oxygen. Oh. Unlock the side door and back up the cart. But watch out for the guard. And as soon as he's out of the way, we'll take her out of here.
Once a ham, always a ham. You, an actor? The irony here is staggering. Not even 10 minutes into this movie, we've already got the actors chewing the scenery like zombies chewing flesh in a Romero movie. And we love it when actors chew the scenery, don't we?
The High Court may well sentence you to torture and death.
But then on the other end of that spectrum, we have the morgue workers who are clearly just reading from cue cards.
Between the gangsters and the auto drivers, we don't need another war to carry off the population.
Nice read there, my guy. Many early exploitation flicks had forewords like the one we saw in the beginning of this movie. You may wonder why they did this, as most people don't like to read. Nevertheless, this continued well into the 1950s, as we saw previously in Glen or Glenda. Exploitation films had, of course, existed since the early silent film era, and in those days they featured much more lurid content than those we see in surviving silent films. In 1929, a Catholic group drafted a code of standards for movies to abide by and submitted it to the major studios. It sought to prohibit motion pictures from including nudity, profanity, sex, drug use, ridicule of the church, and explicit violence, among many other things. You know, all the fun stuff. The production code, informally known as the Hays Code, was largely ignored at first, as many people found this kind of censorship prudish and backward at the time. Also, the onset of the Great Depression led studios to produce even sleazier films in order to sell more tickets at the box office. This all changed on June 13, 1934, when the Production Code Administration was established under mounting pressure on Hollywood. This forerunner to the Modern Motion Picture Association required all films to obtain certificates of approval before they could even be released. There were some exceptions to the code, however, and filmmakers took advantage of these loopholes whenever they could. One trick used by smaller independent studios was to make flimsy attempts to disguise films like Maniac as cautionary tales or educational films. Hence the foreword in the beginning of this movie with that bit of information about studies on criminal minds, which I'm pretty sure was just made up. By the end of the 1960s, with increasing competition from TV and changing social mores, the Hays Code was abandoned in favor of the MPA rating system. Though if you ask me, one could argue that the erratic application of the system over the years by the MPA has been used as a form of censorship in and of itself. But we could spend at least another half an hour talking about this. Right now, we've got some body snatching to get back to, for educational purposes, of course. So let us return to Maniac after this.
You say the corpse of the young woman has been stolen?
Yes, and it sure has me puzzled. Why, Mike thought I took it.
I'd have sworn it was the coroner himself.
There must have been a very strong resemblance.
Yeah, he was a dead image of him. And talked like him, too.
Oh, you talked to him?
No, he was talking to some other old fellow there that looked like Santa Claus, as I said to Jake. He had whiskers and bushy hair, and his eyes was wild, and it must have been some other two fellows.
Could you positively identify if you saw the party?
I wouldn't swear to anything now after being so sure to the coroner.
You know, Mike's description is very much like your friend Meyer Schultz. Tell me, have you seen him of late?
Why, Dr. Meyer Schultz is really a great research scientist. Why, he has formulated some amazing methods for preserving gland extracts in the most potent state. He's no body snatcher.
Well, doctors and scientists often have some queer things in their mind. Anyway, I'll look into it.
Go easy, Jones. I wouldn't like to offend the doctor.
Don't worry. I'll do nothing to embarrass you.
Thank you.
Captain, what'll I do about this?
Collins, see if you have anything there on Don Maxwell. Last heard from in this city. Impersonations, vaudeville. Yeah.
Okay, Cap. Let's see what we got in our files on Don Maxwell.
With 24 hours complete rest, she will recover.
Think of it. Life, like in a body that's sought oblivion. It's uncanny. The possibilities terrify me.
But not one word out. This is but a step. Cases like this has the element of doubt. What I want is a victim with a shattered heart. Yes, a heart that I can replace with this beating thing I have forced life back into. You will get me such a victim, Maxwell. It will be my supreme accomplishment.
Not from the morgue. They'll get the species.
I don't care where you get it. From the morgue, from the streets, the undertaker. Get one! The end will justify the means.
The undertaker, around the corner. That gangster shot today. Just the thing.
Where is it?
I couldn't get it.
Coward! Oh, you fool! You have failed me in the greatest moment of my life! Ah! You know my powers. You have worked with me. You have faith in me. Here, take this. Take it and take your life, and I will give it back to you. My living heart shall beat in your body and will live again. Only think of it. You will live. You will live. Live.
Murder. Murder. And of my benefactor. Horrible. You have so much to give the world.
But has he? Why should the unconscious peace of the dead be disturbed? Isn't the spark that moves the maggot the self-same spark that moves the man? Preserving that spark in the individual is not important. What we do with the spark while we have it is important. In Meyer Schultz, the spark is gone. In Maxwell, it lives. This may come in handy. But nothing to bring him back. I'd better hide him.
Dr. Meyer-Schultz, please.
Why, he isn't here.
How terrible. It's so very urgent. Will you tell him that Mr. Buckley is having positively alarming hallucinations? Why, he thinks he's the orangutan murderer in Poe's Murder of the Rue Morgue. Tell the doctor I must have some definite help. I'll go get him and bring him in.
No, don't do that.
Meyer-Schultz would be missed. Maxwell never would.
Not only do I look like Meyer Schultz, I am Meyer Schultz. I will be a great man.
Real quick, can someone make out what the hell this guy is saying?
No, he was talking to some other old fellow there that looked like Santa Claus, as I said to Jake. He had whiskers and bushy hair, and his eyes was wild, and it must have been some other two fellas.
Dude, speak up. Open your mouth when you talk. Enunciate your words. Also, get that nice little interlude about dementia precox after Maxwell gunned down the doctor, because we're totally watching this Drek for educational purposes only. The cold-blooded murder? 100% necessary to the plot. And who's supposed to be the crazy one here anyway? Maxwell? Or the crackpot trying to bring dead people back to life and telling Maxwell to off himself for science? In any case, the sudden death of Meyer Schultz has Maxwell in a bit of a pickle. Maniac was released a mere 3 months after the founding of the PCA. Its director, Dwayne Esper, was no stranger to exploitation films and quickly found ways to circumvent the production code. Esper was born in Snohomish, Washington in 1894 and was a World War I veteran and worked as a building contractor before going into Hollywood in the 1920s. His wife Hildegard Stady wrote many of the scripts for his films, including Maniac and many other trashy movies like Marijuana and How to Undress in Front of Your Husband. Again, educational. They were also known for pulling elaborate publicity stunts on occasion, including displaying the mummified body of infamous Oklahoma train robber Elmer McCurdy in theater lobbies to promote their 1933 film Narcotic, calling it the body of a dead dope fiend. Speaking of McCurdy, this publicity stunt was only one way in which his body was used as a mere prop. It was part of a decades-long history of being on display in various carnival sideshows after his death in 1911. That's pretty f***ed up. So it looks like Maxwell may have found a perfect hiding place in the identity of the late Doctor, and thus begins his descent into mania. We'll take the next step of his journey with him when we return to Maniac, right after this.
I'll give him a shot to relieve the nerve tension. May help him. We'll try that first.
Take off your coat.
Super adrenaline. No, not that. Water. That will do no harm. And I will be rid of them.
And now, you will feel better.
Let me.
Doctor, he's seems to be getting worse instead of better.
Oh. Stealing through my body, creeping through my veins, pouring in my blood. Oh, darts of fire in my brain, stabbing me. Agony. I can't stand this torture, this torment. I can't stand it. I won't. I won't. I won't.
What was in that hypo? Doctor, what have you done? This looks like murder.
No. Not murder. My assistant shot himself.
Shot himself? When? Why, I only saw him an hour ago. Why didn't you call the police?
No, not the police. I wanted to bring him back to life. I wanted to experiment on him. In fact, I must. I can restore him.
You shot your assistant just to experiment on him? Dr. I have often heard of your uncanny experiments, but this tops them all. But I think we speak the same language. Am I right?
Well, I just don't get what you mean, the same language.
We have a common interest. When you bring your assistant back to life, his mind will do as you direct. You can do the same to Buckley. Then he will do as I direct.
Buckley saw that body. The police. If they should come, I must bring him back. I'll find that formula. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh, howdy, Doc. Say, a couple of my cats got away. You seen them anywhere?
Of course not. What would I want with your cats?
Oh, well, I didn't know. I thought maybe, you might use them for, well, some experiments or something.
Me, cats? Never. Oh, That is, I think too much of Satan to use cats for experiments.
Oh, well, that's what I thought, you know, and... Well, no harm meant, Doc. Well, so long.
What am I going to do? The police will be here any minute. I must dispose of the body. I'll hide it. I'll burn it. No, I can't do that. The basement. Satan, the gleam. You wretch! Stand between me and salvation, will you? Why, it's not unlike an oyster or a grape. But the gleam is gone.
For any of you animal lovers out there, I sincerely apologize. I don't know how they did that effect with the eyeball coming out, and I'm not sure I want to know. But anyway, here we go with the educational bit again. Paresis. General paralysis of the insane, or paresis, is the most serious disorder for the oh come the f off it movie, we know what we're watching. Any pretense of this film being a cautionary tale went out the window faster than that cat the moment we saw titties. Which, I'm sorry I had to cut out by the way, but I'm not about to lose my channel over this shit. In any case, I think it's pretty safe to say that Maxwell has completely lost it at this point. Eating a cat's eyeball and comparing it to an oyster or a grape? Probably was just a grape. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but when Maxwell is dragging the doctor's body down into the basement, they're both wearing the doctor's glasses. Why? Where did that other pair come from? As you've already seen, this movie is a masterclass in overacting. For example,
I can't stand this torture, this torment. I can't stand it! I won't!
eat your heart out, Tommy Wiseau. And again, my sincere apologies about the kitty cat. You were warned going into this. Don't worry though, mild spoiler, the cat has the last laugh. But right now there's even more outrageous insanity to come, so stay tuned for more of Maniac right after this.
Do you know Dr. Schultz and his assistant, Don Maxwell?
Sure. They're sort of queer, I'd say. There's lots of queer goings-on up there. Why, they even brought a dead dog back to life once.
Well, that sounds very remarkable to me.
It may be, but to my notion, those that monkeys with what they got no business to gets queer sooner or later.
Maybe you're right.
I know I am. Why, I even heard a shot up there last night.
Why didn't you notify the police?
That's their business, not mine.
I understand from your neighbors that your cats are making noise at night. Dr. Schultz has complained.
Yeah, but he's been stealing my cats for his experiments. I know. I've been spying on him.
How many cats have you? What's the matter, rats?
Oh, thousands of them. Right here in my backyard.
Thousands?
Yeah, I got 1,000 cats, too. Want to see them?
What's the idea? You sell them?
No. It's my own idea. I'm in the business. Fur business.
Oh, I see. Cat's fur.
You get it quick.
Where do the rats come in?
You ain't as quick as I thought. Look. You see, I figured out that rats breed faster than cats. And cat skins makes good fur. Cats eat rats. And rats eat raw meat. That is, they eat the carcasses of the cats. So, the rats eat the cats eat the rats, and I get the skins.
Well, rats eating cats? Well, that is news.
Simple, ain't it?
Say, by the way, did you hear a shot last night?
Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, Maisie, we know you're hard-boiled. You don't have to stay in the water 30 minutes to prove it.
Oh, let me alone. I may not be decent, but I'm sure gonna be clean.
Say, if anyone is entitled to the first place in that bathroom, it should be me. Didn't I sign the register and welcome you all as secret guests? If it wasn't for nervy little Alice, you'd all be sinking your weary bones into the soft recesses of some park bench with light, fleecy coverlets made by the great American press.
Press? That reminds me, I have pressing business.
Here's one for the book. Sandwich man pounding pavements walks onto a wallet with 42 grand in it.
I'd like to find that man.
Maybe we could sandwich him in. Can you imagine if the darn fool turned it in? His head must be a jelly bean instead of what they thought it was.
Well, it sure was soft, all right. But would it be soft to land on 42 grand?
Yeah, but listen, after he turned it in, people made such a fuss over him that he went nutty. Thought he was the Almighty in person. So that's what being honest gets you. A nice, soft, padded cell in the bug house.
La cucaracha, la cockroacha, dum-da-da-da-da-dum.
It's pretty tough. Imagine the poor guy. I'll bet nobody noticed him all his life. And then? Say, wasn't there some guy in history that spent all his life looking for an honest man?
Sure, in his day, men were men. But today, they're too scared to be anything but honest.
Yeah, but a brave guy can sure get away with plenty.
Say, you must have been reading the papers. Or maybe you've been drinking crazy water and your head's tingling. Be yourself, Alice. Playing the heavy don't suit you.
Oh, it's getting me down. Always broke and never a break.
Why don't you ditch that ham and pick yourself a rich husband?
Rich husband? I've heard they come that way.
Not very often.
Often enough, but not our way.
Oh, the girl has brains. We don't have to put a zipper on her skull to prove it either. Alice, listen to this. Don Maxwell, personality impersonator, gets lucky brains.
Why, that's your husband, ain't it?
Pipe down, will ya? Let her read it.
By queer quirk of fate, actor falls heir to Australian estate. This paper is trying to find him. He used to be around in vaudeville days, but we haven't heard much of him lately.
The lucky ham. From now on, he'll have the company of a good egg.
Will wonders ever cease?
Say, I wonder if he's still with that goofy professor. He's inherited a fortune.
You say a fortune? He never spoke to me of any rich relative.
He hardly knew of them himself. I believe it was his uncle in Australia.
I am certainly glad to hear that. I'm sure he'll be pleased.
But don't tell him. You see, I want to tell him the news first.
Oh, that's only natural. Mrs. Maxwell, your husband will be here at 8 tonight.
All right.
So many questions. First of all, what the f is that idiot neighbor doing with his cats? And he has the nerve to be upset about the doctor stealing them for his experiments? Why isn't that cop hauling him off to jail for animal cruelty? And since when did Maxwell have a wife? Why is there a story in the paper about him suddenly inheriting the doctor's fortune? Even before he killed Meyerschultz, wasn't he trying to keep a low profile? What is even happening? Want to know the answer to all these questions? Well, the answer is, there is no answer because this.
Sign the register and welcome you all as secret. Well, it sure was soft, all right.
A nice, soft, padded cell in the bug house.
La cucaracha, la cockroacha, dum-da-da-da-da-dum.
Gratuitous, half-naked women in their underthings, that's what.
Oh, don't say underthings.
That's what it's always about with Dwayne Esper, and that's all you need to be concerned about as far as he's concerned. And once again, the film still keeps up with the educational facade, but whatever, who even reads this shit? In case you already forgot, and I wouldn't blame you if you did, the wife of that patient from earlier is still on to Maxwell's secret. And it's a loose thread that must be taken care of. We'll see how it all goes down in the stunning conclusion to Maniac, right after this.
Gleam. It was in Meyerschultz's eyes when he wanted to murder me. It was in Mrs. Buckley's eyes when she wanted to murder her husband. Alice had the gleam in her eye when she wanted to find me. She'd murder me. That's what she wants to do. I must get rid of her. Now, Mrs. Buckley, she will help. She must help.
Oh, we are lost.
You are right. But before I can get him back here, you will have to help me. Mrs. Maxwell is crazy and will be here any minute. She thinks that I murdered her husband. wants to turn me over to the police. We must keep her subdued till I can get Buckley. Down in the basement is a secret vault. We will put her down there. You quiet her by jabbing this in her arm. And in the meantime, I will go get Buckley.
It sounds all right. Except the fact she's crazy. It seems to me she has the right idea.
So you feel that way, too? Stay in there. I'll call you when needed. At last, I've really secured living for us. We can travel or anything we want.
Then you knew of the inheritance?
Sure. I've one little job to accomplish, and then we can leave together. No doubt you were surprised at this disguise?
Oh, no. I wouldn't be surprised at anything from you.
No, honey. You were here in time to help me.
I knew there was a catch in this someplace. But spill it.
In the other room, I have a crazy woman I've been treating.
Ha ha! So you've been treating.
Quiet, will you? Now, this is serious. Our lives are in danger.
What do you mean, are?
That's what I said. Now, listen to me. I want you to help me take this woman downstairs. I'll give her a shot. Then you take care of her till I get help.
Well, how about me getting the help? She's quiet now, isn't she?
Yes, but she'll break out any minute. She's not afraid of a woman. So if she happens to get wild, just shove this into her arm. Now keep it hid, and all will be well. All right, Mrs. Buckley. We will go downstairs now. I have a special treatment room there.
Look in that room, Parker. You come with me, Finney. I've got orders to search this place and take everyone in it down to headquarters for questioning. What is that?
Nothing. A couple of my patients having a little argument.
Take me down there.
It won't do any good. There are a couple of would-be murderers fighting it out.
Man, you're crazy. What kind of a place is this?
Oh, I'm crazy, am I? Well, let me tell you something. Those women have the gleam.
No, you can waste some time.
Oh, that's where Bill.
All right, get it going.
Quiet down.
What's behind this wall? Finney, tear this wall down.
The murderous Satan. The wretch that ate my soul fired. He still has the gleam.
Why, he's crazy!
Gleam. They drove me to it, I tell you. They drove me with hunger, with misery and humiliation. I only wanted to amuse, to entertain. But here I am, spent my life in perfecting an art that no one wanted. No one appreciated. I showed them Dr. Marshall. A real impersonation. My Schultz. My supreme impersonation.
Meyer Schultz, my supreme impersonation! And so ends Maniac.
You quiet her by jabbing this in her arm, and in the meantime, I will go get Buckley.
I thought I was going to go crazy trying to figure out why Maxwell wanted Mrs. Buckley and his estranged wife to go down to the basement together with syringes in their hands and... Oh, right. That was an awfully elaborate setup for a gratuitous fight scene. Any excuse will do for that in this kind of movie. But anyway, Maniac was originally titled Sex Maniac and was quickly retitled simply Maniac and released in September of 1934. I'm not sure how well it did, but it has been consistently blasted, or hailed depending on who you ask, for being so bad it's good. And to be honest, I'm not sorry I watched it. It's definitely entertaining, even if it is for all the wrong reasons. Film critic Leonard Maltin gave Maniac his lowest rating, that of bomb, and yet it also has a rating of 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Esper and Stady continued to churn out more schlock over the years, and even redistributed some older exploitation films by other filmmakers, such as Todd Browning's Freaks, and the infamous anti-drug propaganda flick Reefer Madness, but we'll discuss that one another time. To be honest, I actually considered not doing this episode for a minute, but I figured I had to suffer through this so now you do too. Don't say I never did anything for you. Well, that's all for this episode of B-Film Invasion. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And if there's a B-movie you think I should suffer through in revenge for putting you through
torture,
post it in the comments below. Until next time, reminding you to love your pets, this is Kelton, signing off. Thanks for watching.